Honestly, technology is such like a mundane part of everyone's life that you don't even notice it half the time. Like you plug in your phone, you expect when you go to bed, when you wake up, you expect your coffee to be ready, you expect your car to be working, you expect your phone to be charged. There's all these things that we just expect, but as soon as it doesn't happen that way, you notice it instantly. Now imagine waking up and an entire base being shut down. That's where I come in. Hello everyone, my name is Michael Gomes. I am in the U.S. Air Force, active duty. My job is electrical power production. Today I'm going to be going through some of the big things that we do on a daily basis. So I'm going to go through my job, I'm going to go through some of the equipment we work on, and some of our big mission impact. So as I stated earlier, I am a journeyman at Joint Base Andrews, Maryland, and one of the things that we do is essentially we are like the utility power for the entire base. What that means is that every single important infrastructure, whether that's like a building, like the fire department, the police department, the hospitals, every single important base, like the air traffic control towers, we are in charge of making sure that they have backup power, just so the scenario I stated before never happens. So, an old footnote, according to the U.S. Air Force Career Portal, Power Pro specialists maintain systems that provide power to facilities, whether that's air traffic control towers, aircraft hangars, or other emergency response teams. So, those are the main issues that we have to deal with on a daily basis, because obviously, for example, just say, I know in Florida, there are always generators because there's a lot of tsunamis and storms, and we have to prepare for that. We can't have these critical missions going down because something like a weather storm, people's lives are on the line. And when it comes to this type of stuff, it's a matter of seconds that can make a difference of saving someone's life or not. So that kind of leads me to my next topic, some of the equipment that we work on. The first thing we work on is industrial generators. These babies, they're massive. For example, one of our gens can produce up to 480 kilowatts of voltage or power. For example, that one generator could power anywhere from 300 to 400 two-bedroom homes, one-bathroom homes. That's how much power these industrial generators can produce. It's our job to maintain them and make sure that they work at all times, because like I said, these facilities cannot drop whatsoever. The second thing we do is the automatic transfer switches, or ATS. Essentially, those are that's the coach of the football field, right? So that's what transitions from utility power, which is your power lines, to the generators whenever there's an emergency. So the starting QB is utility, and the coach goes, hey, say QB gets hurt, the coach is like, hey, you're out, switch in to the gens. That's the ATS. The ATS is what switches from back to forth, whichever one is needed. So another footnote is the U.S. Department of Energy states that resiliency power systems are designed to lengthen the duration and impact of critical situations. Like I said, whether that's tornadoes, storms, terrorist attacks, anything that could possibly prevent power, like electricity and communication, is our main goal, is to prevent that from happening. I guess that also transitions to the next one, is our mission. What do we even do? How do we actually impact the mission? Well, when most people think about mission in the military, they think about aircrafts, they think about the police officers, the people who are deployed overseas. Well, without power, you can't have any of that. So that's why it's our job to ensure that there is always electricity and power in every single base and site that we work at, no matter what. We cannot compromise that, because that's your security systems, that's your communications, that's your air traffic control, that's how we could talk to the president in the air, that's how we can relay information between foreign countries. It is so crucial for the military, and that's why whenever the base loses power, we know instantly. So honestly, if we do our job right, you won't even notice that we're there. That is our whole goal, is to be you want every single day to be exactly the same. If we can achieve that, then that's how you know that we're doing our job. And according to the Department of Homeland Security, backup power exists because disruptions can affect communications, transportation, security, and like emergency responders. Like, I know a lot of people, they might have to transit to work every day because obviously it could be rough out here. So we want to make sure people just have the most easy quality of life as possible. So just a little wrap up. We talked about what Power Pro is, what we do. We talked about some of the equipment that we work on, and we talked about our mission impact. And I honestly, people don't really think about electricity until it's gone. So how about I just do my job and make sure that you never notice it's even gone. Thank you.